Ever gazed longingly at a juicy, perfectly cooked steak in a restaurant, wishing you could recreate that magic at home? Don't despair. You're not alone. You are with eGreen Channel. Many of us have experienced that moment of steakhouse envy, where the sizzle, aroma, and presentation of a restaurant steak seem unattainable in our own kitchens. But here's the good news. Achieving that level of perfection is entirely within your reach. You can absolutely conquer the art of steak and become a grill master in your own right. It all starts with selecting the right cut of meat. Whether you prefer a ribeye, filet mignon, or a New York strip, the quality of the steak is paramount. Look for marbling, which is the fat interspersed within the muscle, as it adds flavor and tenderness. Once you've chosen your steak, it's time to prepare it for the grill. With a few simple steps and a dash of culinary confidence, you'll be serving up restaurant-quality steaks that will have your friends and family begging for seconds. Start by bringing your steak to room temperature before cooking. This ensures even cooking throughout. Season generously with salt and pepper, or get creative with your favorite spice rubs. Preheat your grill to high heat and make sure it's clean and well oiled to prevent sticking. Place the steak on the grill and resist the urge to move it around too much. Let it sear and develop those beautiful grill marks. Get ready to say goodbye to steakhouse envy and hello to culinary triumph. Use a meat thermometer to check for doneness, aiming for your preferred level of doneness, whether it's rare, medium rare, or well done. Once the steak reaches the desired temperature, let it rest for a few minutes to allow the juices to redistribute. This step is crucial for a juicy, flavorful steak. Finally, slice against the grain and serve with your favorite sides. With these tips, you'll be the star of your next dinner party, impressing everyone with your newfound steak cooking prowess. So fire up that grill and get ready to enjoy the best steak you've ever made at home. Before you even think about firing up the grill or heating that pan, there are a few essential steps you need to take to ensure your steak turns out perfectly. Prepping your steak properly can make all the difference between a good meal and a great one. First, give your steak a little TLC. Take it out of the fridge and let it sit at room temperature for about 30 minutes to an hour. This might seem like a small step, but it's incredibly important. Allowing the steak to come to room temperature ensures that it will cook more evenly. This crucial step ensures even cooking throughout. When the steak is at room temperature, the heat can penetrate the meat more uniformly, giving you that perfect juicy bite from edge to edge. A cold steak straight from the fridge will cook unevenly, leaving you with a less than ideal result. You might end up with a steak that's overcooked on the outside and undercooked in the middle. No one wants that. Think of it as giving your steak a relaxing spa treatment before its big moment in the spotlight. Pat the steak dry with a paper towel to remove any excess moisture. This helps to create a beautiful caramelized crust when you cook it. Season it generously with salt and pepper, or your favorite steak seasoning. Don't be afraid to really massage those seasonings into the meat. This not only adds flavor, but also helps to tenderize the steak. Experiment with different seasoning techniques and blends to find what you like best. Some chefs swear by a simple salt and pepper rub, while others prefer a more complex mix of herbs and spices. The key is to ensure that the steak is well seasoned all over. Once your steak is seasoned and has had time to rest, it's ready for the heat. Whether you're grilling, pan-searing, or broiling, these preparation steps will set you up for success. Remember, a well-prepped steak is the foundation of a delicious meal, so take your time, give your steak the attention it deserves, and get ready to enjoy a perfectly cooked piece of meat. Now it's time to introduce your steak to its best friends, salt and pepper. Don't be shy. Generously season both sides of the steak with kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper. Salt enhances the natural flavors of the meat and helps create a beautiful crust. Pepper adds a touch of spice and complexity. Remember, seasoning is key. A perfectly seasoned steak is a happy steak. Get ready for the main event, searing. This is where the magic happens, where raw meat transforms into a succulent, flavorful delight. The key to a perfect sear lies in the preparation and the technique. So, let's dive into the details and make sure every step is executed flawlessly. Heat a heavy-bottomed skillet. Cast iron works wonders. Over high heat until it's screaming hot. The choice of skillet is crucial. A heavy-bottomed skillet, especially cast iron, retains heat exceptionally well, ensuring an even sear. Preheating the skillet is essential. You want it to be extremely hot before the steak touches it. This high heat is what will give you that beautiful caramelized crust. Add a drizzle of oil with a high smoke point, like canola or grapeseed oil. Oils with high smoke points are ideal because they can withstand the intense heat without burning. This is important because burnt oil can impart a bitter taste to your steak. Canola and grapeseed oils are perfect choices, but you can also use avocado oil or peanut oil if you prefer. Once the oil is shimmering, gently lay your steak in the pan. The shimmering oil indicates that it's hot enough to start searing. Carefully place the steak in the pan, laying it away from you to avoid any splatters. This initial contact is crucial. You should hear an immediate sizzle, signaling that the searing process has begun. Listen for that satisfying sizzle. This sound is music to a chef's ears. It means the Maillard reaction is starting, which is the chemical process that browns the meat and creates complex flavors. The sizzle is a sign that the steak is cooking properly and that you're on your way to a perfect sear. Sear for 2 to 3 minutes per side to develop a gorgeous brown crust. Timing is everything. Searing for the right amount of time ensures that the steak develops a rich brown crust without overcooking the inside. Use a timer if you need to, and resist the urge to move the steak around. Let it sit undisturbed to achieve that perfect crust. This Maillard reaction, a magical chemical process, creates hundreds of flavor compounds, transforming your steak into a culinary masterpiece. The Maillard reaction is what makes seared meat so delicious. It's a complex process that occurs when proteins and sugars in the meat react under high heat, creating new flavors and aromas. This is what gives your steak that irresistible taste and makes it a true culinary delight. So take your time, follow these steps, and enjoy the dance of heat and meat. For an extra layer of flavor, toss in a few cloves of smashed garlic and sprigs of fresh herbs like thyme or rosemary. As they sizzle alongside your steak, they'll release their aromatic oils, infusing your kitchen with an intoxicating aroma. This is sensory overload in the best way possible. Now it's time to baste your steak to juicy perfection. Use a spoon to drizzle melted butter or hot oil over the steak as it cooks. This helps to keep it moist and adds another layer of richness. To check for doneness, use a meat thermometer. For medium rare, aim for an internal temperature of 130 to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. You're almost there. Once your steak reaches the desired temperature, resist the urge to dig in just yet. Let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes, loosely tinted with foil. This allows the juices to redistribute throughout the meat, ensuring every bite is tender and flavorful. Think of it as giving your steak a well-deserved break after its sizzling adventure. Steak isn't just a culinary delight, it's also a nutritional powerhouse. It's an excellent source of protein, iron, and vitamin B12, all of which are essential for maintaining energy levels, building and repairing tissues, and supporting a healthy immune system. Did you know that the grading system for beef, prime, choice, select, is based on the amount of marbling or intramuscular fat in the meat? Marbling contributes to the flavor and juiciness of the steak. Next time you're at a barbecue, impress your friends with your steak knowledge. Congratulations, chef. You've successfully cooked a perfect medium rare steak. Now it's time to savor the fruits of your labor. Slice the steak against the grain for maximum tenderness and serve it with your favorite sides. As you take that first bite, let the juicy, flavorful explosion transport you to culinary heaven. You did it. Don't forget to subscribe to the E-Green channel, the brainchild of Seed Mustafa, a dedicated public health professional and visionary, committed to providing you with valuable insights for a healthier and happier life. Stay tuned for more interesting facts,